Hey!
Hello.
Hello, welcome to episode 2 of You're Invited, baby.
Yeah. I'm still getting used to intros.
Yeah.
But hello, our audio listeners, and a special hello to our video listeners.
Hi. As you notice, new things were added to our set. Us off camera and then also on camera.
Yes.
We got our posters of ourselves.
Yeah, we were like, they're too nice to not be put up.
And then, also, if you notice that either me or Ginae or both of us are looking down, there is a giant TV
Yes.
in our view.
Let me actually.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, we have a monitor.
Say hello to the monitor.
Hello.
Camera's still all the way back there. TV is there now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We needed it so that we knew what we looked like to ensure that we were in focus.
Yes, because as most of you know, last video comes with its trial. First episodes come with their trial and errors. Ours happened to be being in focus. So
as long as you heard us, and honestly, that's all that matters.
Yeah, shout outs to our audio listeners who this message ain't for y'all. Everything was clear and crisp for y'all.
Y'all are the cool
Y'all enjoyed
club.
the show. Yeah, y'all were the cool clubs.
Y'all are the cool club.
Yeah.
But we're here today. Last episode was D&D because we're nerds.
And we have a D&D podcast. Y'all should check that out.
Every episode we're just gonna keep plugging it in.
Only when D&D is mentioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys should check it out. It's called Let's Roll. It's with a bunch of our friends, and of course we're in it as well.
Oh.
But yeah.
Should probably introduce ourselves again just in case.
Oh yes.
I'm Lovelyne.
I'm Ginae.
And this is You're Invited.
Yes. Whether you are new here or not, you are cordially invited to our Reddit night. Woo!
Yeah.
Last episode was D&D themed.
Yup.
Lovelyne, what's today's theme?
Today's theme is proposals or weddings or marriages. We gotta
I pray to earn one of these days.
Yeah. 2 single people will be
Just kidding. Marriage isn't a priority.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself.
Independence is good too.
Yes. And this is saying from 2 very hyper independent people.
There's a couple short ones, couple long ones. There was a lot to pick from because you people out there in the world, especially Reddit, are dealing with a lot of stuff. It's very unfortunate. But it was unfortunate you couldn't fit in our episode.
Oh! Except for these 4 that we have today.
Yeah. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Also, reminder. Drink your water. Right now.
Or King Car lemon iced tea.
First story. My boyfriend faked a proposal, so I broke up with him.
I hope the proposal was to you at least. Damn.
It was just a random stranger. Okay. So this was originally posted on True Off My Chest. And this was on August 4th, 2023. So it's only been
last year. Oh,
2 years.
Almost 2 years ago. It's 2025, sorry.
And if anything, it just started.
I'm thinking we're still in 2024. Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my people.
Shout out.
I can't believe I almost forgot about that.
As of recording this, it is
February 5th.
Yes. And hopefully this episode does come out around February. But if not...
happy Black History Month. Every month is Black History Month.
There's also some trigger warnings.
Oh.
So, it'll be public humiliation and verbal abuse.
Oh, no.
So...
What kind of proposal is this? You proposing a fight, bro?
Me, 24 female, have been dating my boyfriend Andrew, 26 male, for 5 years now. We've had a healthy and stable relationship up until today. Andrew has always been a prankster and makes jokes with me all the time. And I do it to him too, but today he took it way too far. In the morning, he woke me up at 7 a.m. and told me to wake up because he wanted to take me to the spa. I was pretty surprised because it wasn't a special day or anything, but I was all in for it. At the spa, he told me how he wanted to go to a fancy restaurant after we were done at the spa and that he was paying. Of course, I agreed as we hadn't been out together in a long time. We then got to the restaurant. We had a beautiful and romantic dinner and just a nice time in general. We were talking about a house we were planning to move into and chit-chatted about other stuff too. After around 40 minutes, Andrew stood up and got on his knees and took out a box out of his pocket. My heart stopped beating. I hadn't even predicted this. He did a speech about how I was the most beautiful girl in the world and how he wanted to live with me forever and ended with, "Will you marry me, princess?" Of course I said yes. Seconds later, all that excitement turned into horror. He opened the small box I expected. He put the ring in, and in it was a note saying, "You've been pranked." And Andrew started laughing hysterically. He continued with, "Baby, this was just a prank. I'm not ready at all to marry you yet." He was leaning in to hug me, but I gave him the biggest slap ever with tears streaming down my face. I just told him, "We're over, you scumbag." I am now sitting in my bed crying, writing this, and I don't know what to do. He's been texting and calling me, but I haven't responded because I feel so sad, betrayed, and mostly angry. I thought this was going to be one of the best days of my life. What should I do?
No, I think she did the right thing.
Yeah.
I don't. It sounds like they didn't really talk about marriage. You should always, if you're in a relationship, talk about marriage before proposing. Like, yes, it's supposed to be a surprise, but I think people get confused that the timing of the proposal is the surprise.
Yeah.
It's not, "I want to marry you" should be the surprise. It's like, you should already know that you want to marry this person because you talked about it and you talked about your future. Like, I wonder also if she like ever posed the "are you ready for marriage" question and he just never answered it, and this was his way of answering that question.
With this guy, did he even want to marry this girl, period?
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that he did this, he definitely doesn't like his girlfriend or something.
It's so mean.
Which is rude.
You read that so well. "We're over, you scumbag." That's exactly how
I had to get in character.
No, yeah, that's exactly how I think it would have been said.
But there is an update. So this is literally the day after this was posted.
Stand on business, girl.
True.
Don't take them back.
Exactly. Dude, do not buckle your knees. That's rude. Thank you guys so much for all the love and the replies on my last post. I honestly didn't expect it to get as much attention as it did, but I'm very, very grateful for that, and it has helped me a lot. I asked mods of the subreddit if I could do any early update, and they allowed me to, so here's the update. After I made that Reddit post, I fell asleep crying, then woke up and decided to call my now ex-boyfriend. I told him that it was over and that I didn't want to be together with someone who, after 5 years, still isn't ready for marriage, and made a big joke out of it. He cried and then turned angry and demanded me to stay and told me I was a fucking asshole for leaving him like this after everything he's done for me. He cussed me out so much that I stopped listening at one point, so I don't really remember everything he said. In the end, we came to a sort of agreement that we are going to sell the house and that he will be sleeping in the guest room for now. So today I've been scrolling the internet for apartments so I can have a fresh start. He is still not happy about the breakup though. He is trying so bad to get back with me, saying stuff the whole day like, "Can't we be together again?" And "This was just a small mistake I made." But the one that did it for me was, "Don't be so fucking petty and drop it. You know we are happy together and you know you still want me." When he said that, I absolutely lost it and called him every single name I could come up with, then slammed my door. I think he also told his family about this whole situation because today I got a call from his mom telling me how selfish I was and how I couldn't handle a simple joke. And it ended with her calling me a slut and hanging up the call. After that, I've gotten several messages from his other family members, such as his siblings, his dad, and even his aunt. I've tried to just block them all, but every now and then comes a new message. I feel like more will happen, but the next update will probably not be in less than a week or so, as I'm going to try to sell stuff I don't need, find a new apartment, and fix everything with the house and stuff before we put it up for sale. I just want to get out of here as quickly as possible. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Okay.
What?
F the family.
Literally none of your business, number 1. Number 2, you should be ashamed of your son, cousin, nephew, whatever the fuck, bro,
Literally.
brother. Number 3, I totally didn't realize they were together 5 years and
Yeah.
they own a house together.
I think they were thinking of buying a new house too.
Oh, honey,
on
if
the
you're
line
not
of that.
married, don't buy a house with them. Ooh. No.
See, at that point, you guys
But-
agreed under
No,
to stay under
that's
a roof.
financial marriage at that
No,
point.
literally.
And isn't that what marriage is? A financial economic agreement. They've had a house. Sell the house. Damn. But sell the. Oh. Sorry. They bought a house. They've been together for 5 years.
Yeah.
And he waited this long? No,
I know.
yeah. I mean, like, if marriage isn't what both of the parties want, do whatever.
Right.
If one person really cares about marriage and the other isn't, you need to be gone after year 1.
Right. And
Ew.
pranks. And how old are you?
26.
26.
26.
At your grown age. We have
Wish
one
her the
more.
best. Oh, another one? Damn. I was like,
So this is the
Okay.
last one.
Okay.
August 15. So I think this was like, what, 10? Yeah, it was like 10 days, a week and a half after. Hello, everyone. It's been a while since my last post. And once again, I want to thank you all so much for all the support and love. As for now, this will probably be my last update. After my last post, we had constant fights for days during the evenings. And one day I decided that I had enough. My closest friend let me move in with her for now until I find somewhere else to live. And I still don't know what we're exactly doing with our house. But I have gotten lawyers involved, and it's going to take quite a while. The biggest incident since I last posted is probably that I met my ex's mom in a mall, and she full out screamed at me in public. I have never felt so humiliated. Everyone probably thought I had done something horrible as she yelled things like, "How could you do this to my son? And you're a terrible human being." I just walked away, but I still felt so embarrassed. Also, ever since I moved, constant messages have appeared from my ex, from his friends, and from his family members, and they are nasty messages, such as, "No one would give a flying fuck if you died. You are a waste of space," or, "You are such a self-centered slut, leaving your boyfriend over a small joke."
Huh?
I try to ignore them, but sometimes I do break down over them.
Oh.
This situation has also helped me learn who my real friends are, as some of my friends turned their backs against me. What the hell? Okay, this whole thing still feels so surreal to me, and it's gonna take a long time for me to process it. However, if there is anything else that I need to update you on, I will. Thank you all again so much for the support. It honestly has been helping me a lot.
There has to be some narrative that they're feeding them that is just so incredibly false.
Right.
Either that or everyone on his side are just children. Like grown ass adults acting like children. Cause what are you gaining by berating this young woman who made a decision for herself? If she's
Right.
not going, what is this? The Regency era?
Yeah.
She said no
Right.
to his hand in marriage, which he didn't actually like mean, and now
Mhm.
she's the one in the wrong. Like,
Yeah. You are not in the
Oh,
right of
no.
mind to think that marriage is a good prank to pull.
yeah,
And the fact that you had no sympathy, no empathy, no feelings whatsoever to like or apologized,
yeah.
you are an asshole and you are not a good human being, and I hope that I'm praying on your downfall for life, cuz that is awful.
No,
You and your
literally.
family and the friends.
He never gonna get married now.
Story 2.
Story 2.
It is coming from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my friend that she isn't traumatized from somebody else's proposal?
Ooh, trauma splaining. How's this gonna go?
This is very short. There's no updates, just to
Okay.
let you know. I, 20 female, have had 3 close friends in college. Grace, 21 female, Matt, 21 male, and Laura, 21 female. Laura really likes using mental health terminology. She explores a lot of labels from those therapist influencers online. She was told that she has an anxiety disorder and depression, but that's the only diagnosis she's been given so far. Recently, she's been exploring autism and ADHD. Matt wanted to propose to Grace. They've been dating for a while. He's been planning the proposal for a couple of weeks, and while the proposal was very intimate between the two of them, I was very involved in scheduling the after proposal event at a restaurant. The specifics of that are irrelevant to the story, but it was lovely, and Grace and Matt seemed really happy. Laura told us that she didn't want to be involved in planning the proposal because it reminded her of her parents' divorce. She said that she might come to the post-engagement party. Well, come the day of the engagement, and both Matt and I forget to check in on Laura. I don't think it's Matt's fault at all because he was occupied with far more important things, but I feel a bit guilty about not reminding her. She ended up not coming to the party. The next day, she starts posting online some dramatic, in parentheses, for lack of a better word, things about how it was traumatizing to see how little her friends cared about her, and that she'll be updating her followers on her trauma therapy journey. She posts that she's now in a really dark place and she thinks she has PTSD. For context, I'm pretty sensitive to mentions of trauma and PTSD because I was diagnosed with PTSD by a psychologist in my last year of high school after something that happened in my first. I felt a lot of guilt and shame around this because I spent a lot of time feeling that the things that happened wasn't bad enough to count. I sometimes still get nightmares and flashbacks, but it's gotten better after therapy. I know that I have my own issues wrapped up regarding the word, and it bothers me a lot when people seem to throw the terms around without understanding their weight, but I also acknowledge that I can't stop the internet from doing its thing. I haven't told any of my college friends about this, so Laura doesn't know. At one point, she called me and started explaining how traumatized she is, and I finally snapped and said, "You're not traumatized. Stop being dramatic. You just got exactly what you asked for." Now I feel guilty because I feel like I was a little harsh, and she's posting online without my name, at least. That one friend that she thought she could rely on to support her is abusive and doesn't understand how being traumatized works. However, I feel like, honestly, Laura's being very dramatic about an event that's not about her. I called my mom to see what her opinion is, and she told me that I could have reminded Laura about the party. And while my point is not necessarily wrong, I could have been more sensitive. So now I'm not sure how wrong I am.
First thing that comes to mind, I don't think it's healthy when, whether or not you're having a traumatic experience, if you feel very strongly about something and it's something personal that's happened to you and involves other people. And I say this while like we're reading Reddit stories, but like if it has something to do with your mental health, don't go to social media first. I think it's best to talk to someone first.
Yeah.
And ask about how to navigate about this, because I think I believe when it comes to like mental health, I believe that like everyone's experiences are different.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma is different for each person. Because I don't think OP is wrong, but I think OP could have gone at it a different way.
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to get.
For sure.
Because I understand like being excluded from things, whether you were meant to be involved in it or not.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're being forgotten to reach out, being forgotten, I think that's what the feeling is like being forgotten. I understand how that can hurt.
Yeah.
But I agree with OP, like words that you haven't been professionally diagnosed with, like, shouldn't be thrown out publicly and used to get pity from other people.
Yeah.
I feel like that's wrong because at the end of the day, it's not really helping you, and it's not helping the other, like your relationship with the other people.
Yeah.
Like nothing's getting resolved. You're just kind of reaching out for pity. They should have just reached out to OP, whoever was planning out this engagement party, and being like, "Hey, I'm really sad that I missed out on this. Like,
right.
Did I do something, or like, you know?"
Yeah.
And that would have given OP the opportunity to apologize.
Yeah.
You know, and make amends, because at least this was the engagement party. This wasn't like the wedding. You know, if it was the wedding, that would be a totally different story too. I feel like that would have an even bigger impact. Yeah. But, you know, making sure that this doesn't happen again.
I feel like for sure, like on both ends, they're both wrong and they're both right.
Yeah.
Laura should have at least reached out, being like to check into, to be like, hey, yeah, immediately bringing it to the internet and then being very petty and snarky and making these comments, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a little bit of a pick me energy.
It's extra.
It's extra. It is not necessary when you really could have just been like, just texted them, like you were saying, and saying like, hey, that sucked. I didn't like the fact that I wasn't there, or like I didn't hear anything about this party.
Yeah.
And then like asking for reassurance of like, did I do something?
Yeah.
Instead of immediately like assuming that these people have like malicious intent towards you. With the OP, definitely could have worded everything better, because even if you believe that like, oh, they weren't diagnosed, don't ever assume.
Yeah.
Unless like, you
unless
talk
they've
to them.
said it.
Yeah.
Or they've shown you. Well, I hope something good came out of this afterwards. I know there's no update, but like, yeah, give each other opportunities to explain, and don't go to social media when you're having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, don't.
Not healthy. Not healthy.
It's very icky, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would never want to, like, that's the middle school behavior.
Yeah.
To be like, it sucks to find out who your real friends are. It sucks to know, like, who you can and can't trust.
Yeah.
Thought I could rely on this person. It's like, well,
go talk to that person.
Yeah, go talk to them.
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need to do that? I don't know. Like, I think there was a place of like, you want people to feel bad for you.
Yeah.
When it's like, that's so unnecessary. These last two are from Best of Redditor updates. And if you don't happen to know what that means, it just means that these posters have posted on like different forums, like the Am I the Asshole, or off my chest, or so and so forth. They always come back posting an update on their story, building up to kind of like let the people know, because they are so invested. I'm sure you got the hang of it. You've seen those clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
You went on your search to be like, Am I the Asshole Part 3? And you saw that Subway Surfers clip, right?
We just
jingle, 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 jingle. Am I the asshole? Oh, jingle, jingle. Story 3. Am I the asshole for flipping out on my fiance for canceling all the vegan food options from our wedding food menu behind my back?
Okay.
This one's a doozy.
The vegans have entered the chat.
We'll say, meat eater. I'm so sorry, but I sympathize. I know what y'all dealing with mostly.
I was pescatarian for 7 months back in 2018. I really can't remember. I was in school. I was still in high school.
Filipino at heart. You know us with our pork.
Mm-hmm.
We got that. We got that sisig. We got that porquisantes. There's some trigger warnings.
Oh no. Okay.
Controlling behavior. Accusations of fat phobia.
Oh.
Disregard of dietary needs. All right.
Someone didn't follow EDIA.
This was August 5th, 2022. My fiance, 31 male, and I, 25 female, are getting married soon. There wasn't much that we disagreed on during the wedding planning, except for food. Me and my family are vegans, and there are so many reasons why we chose this lifestyle, and one of them being that we have a history of health issues. My fiance and his family are the complete opposite. They're hardcore meat eaters, which is fine by me, obviously. However, when deciding on the wedding food menu, I wanted to add 4 to 5 vegan options. My fiance and his mom objected it, saying it was a waste of money over food that isn't real food. They also argued that this would be offensive for their guests and suggest my vegan options just be good old salads and appetizers. In parentheses, his mom wanted cupcakes. I said no because, for one, it's me and my family who's paying, and 2, I want to make my guests feel welcome and not be treated as second-class citizens by being served salad. My fiance made a face and said, "Isn't that what vegans eat?" I refused to argue about it and said it was final. The other day, I find out that he had canceled all the vegan options and took them off the menu completely and behind my back. I was seething. I called him at work, but he kept hanging up on me. I went straight to his workplace and confronted him there and just flipped out on him.
Period. Wait, yes.
Yeah, there's a few more.
Storm the house down, girl.
He was stunned to see me. He at first said it was his mom's idea, then told me to go home because I was making a scene at the office. The fight continued at home, and he defended himself by saying that I sort of made him resort to doing this after I kept brushing off his thoughts and input and refusing to accommodate his family. But there were plenty of meat options. Why can't I get 4 to 5 vegan options when I'm paying for it? He yelled that it was his wedding too, not my family's.
But
my family said it was fine and they'll figure it out, and told me to let it go because I refused.
See, this man almost got me interrupting. Oh, your wedding too, but is it your money?
Right.
Is it your money?
And it's
she didn't ask for that money to get returned, bro.
You were making just so many dumb excuses. Oh, this vegan option's gonna offend my guests. Oh,
offend
I'm sorry.
Who, bro?
Literally.
Oh my God.
Like, if it was like dog shit and dirt, yeah, probably. It's food. It's still food.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, they don't have to eat from it. They don't have to.
They don't.
Like, I don't know why you felt like everyone has to take a portion on their plate.
Yeah.
No.
It's a vegan section, vegan option for people. Like, it's not just, some people don't eat a vegan diet just because. Sometimes they do it because they're allergic to certain things as well.
Exactly.
And they just, again, like them, have health issues. So they're not going to eat something that's going to make them sick.
Right.
Why would they do that? That's putting her family at risk.
Yeah.
And just having it on the table is putting his family at risk.
Right.
Like, no. Y'all, if y'all want your plate, y'all eat outside at this point. Like, no, I think it's the fact that it's her money and she paid for it that pisses me off. Also, which catering company is this that is allowing the person that doesn't have, that's name is not on that card to allow them to cancel it? No,
it's
no.
stupid.
I would have been like, okay, well, when she tells me I can cancel it, I will cancel it. Like, no, I'm not gonna hear it from you. That's crazy. And this is the bride and groom.
Yep.
Whew. If y'all can't get through this, girl, I'm praying.
Literally. But the
praying.
thing is, it's like, you're getting married, and assuming you guys have been together for a really long time, why today of your wedding did vegan food bother you so much when you've been living with this person who is vegan and has been vegan? Yeah. Why did all of a sudden it change because there's more people?
No, literally, like, have y'all not met each other's families yet?
Right.
Like, what if this was your child? I always think about this. I'm like, what if this was your child and your child could only eat this diet because of their health?
I'd understand if the standpoint, a big if, by the way, was like, oh, like, that's so much money, like, maybe compromise, you know, and they just be like, maybe I'll take this food off so that you can put more of this so it's the same cost, you know? I'd understand in that point. But clearly, this man is not a man. This guy's a man-child. This guy's a little boy. He doesn't like his greens on his plate.
I know, the freaking stereotypical, like,
don't vegans just eat salad?
No, literally.
Like, there are way more creative ways. Have you seen food TikTok, like vegan TikTok? Like, bro, there's so many creative ways to make vegan and vegetarian and like gluten-free food that doesn't have to be just salad. Like, and it sounds like, you know, there are restaurants that are of vegan food, so you know that it's very diverse. And it sounds like she budgeted well. It sounds like she portioned it correctly, because 4 to 5, dude, I've planned events where we had to get food from many different restaurants, including getting stuff that is gluten-free, vegan, and vegetarian. 4 to 5 items is not bad. If anything, that's your entree, that's your appetizer, and possibly dessert. Right. That everyone can enjoy. And like, you get options. So it's like, that's their whole meal. Yeah. They can't eat everything else. what there shouldn't be no issue. There shouldn't have to be a conversation about this.
Right.
Like, if anything, the conversation should be about how much it costs. But clearly, it's her money. She gets to decide.
She gets to decide, and like she knows what she's getting herself into, anyways. She wants bomb ass food for her bomb ass wedding.
Yeah.
And you're about to bomb your
weddings
wedding.
are big. The caterings has to be big. So, and I bet you for his family, or like for a normal, like non-vegan food like menu, there's just about the same items. So
that little claim that you made, that works both ways, buddy.
Yes.
This is both of yours.
His
your
request
wedding.
is to take it off the menu. At that point, it's your menu, not both of yours. So,
all right.
Let's hear this update. Because goddamn.
No, literally. But verdict, not the asshole. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, update. So his mom messaged me earlier to try to get me to listen to what she had to say after I kept ignoring her phone calls. She spent long walls of text just to address what I did at her son's workplace, calling it all kinds of stuff from immature to unhinged. She then went to explain how she noticed that me and my family kept acting dismissive of her son's input and contributions to the wedding. She said that she noticed my behavior towards him and her entire family and wanted to speak up earlier but didn't and try to keep the peace. She then went on to address the food menu issue and denied her involvement in the cancellation of the vegan option, but that didn't mean she doesn't support her son's decision. Moreover, she thought it was so responsible of him to make that move because of my continual refusal to see how this stuff is a waste of his money. Not the his part.
I was about to say, of whose money?
Sorry.
Of whose money?
Waste of money. She also pointed out how I kept saying I paid for it and said that technically this isn't just my money. It's mine and his because we're getting married. She suggested I wisen up and get rid of my money, I paid for it mentality. She finally mentioned how bad the situation is making me look and said that she and her son had already offered a number of compromises that I chose to brush off and decided to make it my weird hill to die on. She said that not only her son is upset, but she and the family are as well after hearing about it and suggested I agree on their compromise and be done with it. This pissed me off beyond belief. I responded by letting her know that I'm still standing my ground on this even if I had to call the whole wedding off because of it. Because honestly, this is just ridiculous. It is. My mom and dad, they don't even know what to say anymore. Apparently, my fiance saw my response to her, he's with her, and is now trying to call me. But right now, I'm waiting on him to get home and see if he's still insisting on the stance he took. I'll update if there's anything worth adding after we talk.
You shouldn't be ignoring your spouse or fiance, period.
No.
Especially in a time such as this, no matter if it's about food or anything else. Like,
right.
It's just really big red flags.
Yeah.
Because that means that you're dismissing conversation. I feel like this isn't about food.
Yeah.
From the mom's response, I feel like this is not about food because she was talking a whole lot of mess and then she got to the food part.
Right.
So I'm like, girl, what's been going on inside the house? I swear, if she went through with this wedding already, I hope you signed a prenup. Because that's already signs and red flags of financial, like, I don't want to say abuse, but like financial manipulation.
Yeah.
Like that, like these people already think like your money is theirs. It's just like, unless that was agreed upon,
right,
you can't talk mess about mine.
And
no.
I am curious too, because there's a lot of like he put in a lot of inputs and you kept refusing it, and it makes me curious as to like what he added or like what he wanted to contribute, because then that does change like the scenario in a way, because then if was, I don't know, like he was just trying to be like, I like this color instead of this, and then you're like, no.
If he does have requests, and that's the thing too, is like, I know there's that narrative of like, you know, most grooms don't involve themselves in the wedding.
Yeah.
If this is an involved groom, I do wonder if there are, I agree with you, I do wonder if there are things that just she shut down, and so he out of spite was like, no vegan food.
But if it's like, it's that TLC show, I think it's TLC, or it's some sort of like Britain show where it's like a wedding, but the groom is in charge of planning everything.
Oh.
So they come up with the ideas and all that. The episode that I'm thinking of, this person went to an abandoned like factory or like
and like for a venue?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then there was hold on, before I get back into the updates, but there was also another episode where another groom was like, yeah, we met on like a flight, so I thought we should get married in an airplane. And it's perfect because there's an aisle already.
Oh no.
Not to say that like, you know, his input was that extreme, but let's just say that his inputs were a bit on the line of that. Then I understand why the wife would say, no.
Are there comments? I wonder if there's context about the husband.
Yeah, there's a
soon to be the groom's requests.
Yeah, there's a few comments on here. So people are saying, not the asshole. And then someone asked, are you sure you want to marry this man and his family? They have no respect at all for you and yours. And then OP answers, frankly, I have no idea why his mom feels so strongly about getting involved. I only included in wedding planning only because I respect her. But I guess it's like they say, give an inch and they'll take a mile. Someone else said, how many options are there in total? So like 4 to 5 non-vegan or 4 to 5 vegan, meaning 8 to 10 options for meals. Is this a buffet or a restaurant reception? Or is this a multi-course menu? And so there's essentially one vegan meal with 4 to 5 courses. And then they said, not the asshole, because he did this behind your back without talking to you, but I'm wondering why he cares what other people eat. Thank you. Also, he's the asshole for claiming he doesn't know what vegans eat. You're vegan.
No, literally.
He knows you
at
eat
least
more
be
than
educated if you're trying to take something out.
Literally,
bro.
do you think
be educated?
Anytime it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, you think she pulls something out the fridge and he's like,
he's like,
good morning,
special case salad.
Yeah, you think she's gonna pop open that fridge and there's like Caesar salad from Costco? What?
No chicken.
No. Extra tomatoes.
It's just that for 3 times a day.
3 times a day. Yeah, when you open her fridge, is it just salads?
I know. It's like you'd think. I wonder if she also eats vegan meals sometimes too. It's like, have you not been watching what she eats?
Literally.
Not that you're supposed to. Not in that way. But like, Weirdo. Do you not know what your wife's favorite or soon to be your fiance's like favorite food is, or
right?
Like, if she has a favorite vegan food, like,
do you not?
You never went out to dinner with her family, like, bro.
Do you not go grocery shopping with her? Ever went to Whole Foods?
I bet you though, if they have went to dinner, he was like so inconsiderate of the choice of restaurants, so they had to eat salad. So he's like, "Well, see, they eat salad."
It's like Outback Steakhouse.
Every time we go out with them, babe, that's all they eat, salad. It's like, yeah, because you took us to Arby's.
Do you know what their goddamn slogan is? We have the meats. You don't hear them saying, we have the cabbage. What do you mean? Oh, shit. That's not fucking Arby's. That ain't Arby's. That's Armand. Like, bitch, that's romaine. Like,
that's romaine. We went to Caesar's.
God damn it. This guy sucks.
It sucks. What a fucking asshole. Girl, don't marry him.
Literally.
She probably did. It's okay.
Oh, God. It's okay. We can't stop you. It's been too long.
I know.
Okay, wait. She responds with the whole course thing. Says, aside from the vegan, we have 6 options with meat. His mom picked 1.
6 options
I'm
of
paying
meat?
for the
bitch,
whole
and
thing.
I can't have 4 vegan.
Yeah, bitch.
No rice, no bread. It's just all fucking meat.
I don't understand. You can't not eat your bacon. What's happening? Oh, I'm sorry, ribeye steak. Bitch, give me my vegan. What the fuck? I don't know what y'all eat.
Give me my vegan.
I don't know what you guys eat, but
That's crazy. Okay.
there-
Was that the end of that story?
no, there's one more update.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Oh, there's one last comment saying, if you marry him, this is the rest of your life. He'll do whatever his mom says when it comes to your kids and managing your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then this update is from a week after it was posted. August 11, 2022.
When's the wedding?
Whoa, wasn't that a weird jump cut?
Our audio listeners are like, what?
What the fuck?
Y'all just came back from a non-existent ad.
Today's sponsor is Arby's.
I've never eaten at Arby's.
Me either.
Okay, cool. I'm happy we have that in common.
Okay. All right. Update. So the talk didn't go well. I waited for him to come home so we could have a final conversation about it, but he still insisted on his stance. For more details, his family are a bit on the heavy side. Nothing wrong with that. They're perfectly within their right to decide how to live, but they get easily offended at the mention of the words weight and food. I tried so hard to focus on the issue at hand, but I noticed there was a pattern of this behavior. He said it wasn't true and that this was just an attempt for me to throw past conflicts at him in order to win the current one. He claimed he tried to reason with me about why and how his guests might see those vegan options as offensive. Also said that his family loves food and considered it a big deal, and how he didn't want his family to feel like there's certain options that they couldn't touch and feel that there's a difference in how I treat them versus how I treat my family. He then went on to explain how it's just an event and how my family should just accept what's on the menu. And if they felt inconvenienced, so what? I'm about to crash
I
out.
think that... Oh, no, I can't.
Hold
say
on.
that.
Oh, no. Wait. It's just a one-time thing. They're not gonna die if they had salad and appetizers. What he said wasn't good enough reason for me, because his folks are gonna think and say what they want. But at the end of the day, it's my wedding. And to be honest, realizing that my partner himself thinks it's okay to steamroll my opinions and decisions simply because he's prioritizing others and their opinions over me was really upsetting and not something that could be looked past. Normally, I'm a person of rational discussions and compromises. I'm all about compromises. I'd compromise on much bigger matters than just food, but like people said, it's not about the food anymore, if it ever was. Like, he'd literally lose nothing if he let me have what I wanted, but apparently he was willing to lose it all over this, which is fine by me. I gave him back the ring and called everything off. I couldn't envision myself living like this any longer, having to walk on eggshells for his family and letting him basically override my opinions and have the final say no matter what. Marriage is about compromise, and here he has nothing to lose, yet choose to do this with me and my family. Mind you, this is my first serious relationship, and I didn't know what to expect, but it's safe to say that he and his mom and family did make it feel like I was taking crazy pills on many, many occasions, so that's that. Last thing he said was that I chose my family over him, and it ended everything between for the sake of keeping him happy. Decision's been made, and it's done. Just wanted to give an update to those who wanted it. Thank you so much for your endless stream of advice and support. And then there's a couple comments. One person said, good for you. Marriage is about compromise, and it doesn't sound like your ex is interested in compromising or even letting you have a say in things. This isn't a partnership. OP said, thank you, and you're right. Honestly, I felt kind of hesitant about posting an update. And in fact, I was hesitant about posting my situation as a whole. Normally, I'm not the time to share my type. I think they meant type. Normally, I'm not the type to share my private business online, but I was desperate. Like I said, there were many times where his family made me feel like I was taking crazy pills. Honestly, and I'm gonna say this anyway, I hate them. They always made me feel like an outsider and a stranger. Never really warmed up to me and instead pretended to like me, but it was obvious they resented me. They claim that I'm a covert fat phobic, but in reality, I got mocked, in parentheses, along with my family, for being underweight due to health issues I'd mentioned before. Don't even get me started on ex-future mother-in-law, though I feel as though I gotta let it all out and vent. And then another last comment. Someone said, "You go, girl. Dude, 100% laid out a roadmap where only his opinions matter and yours is irrelevant. This probably wasn't the first time, but it for sure would not be the last." OP said, "Exactly. Like I said, I noticed a pattern of this behavior but kept rationalizing it, which was a huge mistake on my part. It's been utter torture trying to please him and his family. I'm an emotional mess right now, but there's this little voice of reassurance telling me I've gone through the worst and survived it. I'm so thankful this happened. It helped me see things clearer." Hell yeah.
It was never about food. It was never about the food.
It was never about the food.
It was never about the food. I'm so happy she left him. I'm so happy.
Oh, for sure.
She did the right thing. And it sounds to me that she wasn't fat phobic. That whole family was just insecure and just straight up mean. Because putting vegan food out isn't a call out to anyone's weight. It's for the people that choose to be vegan, that are vegan.
Right.
And if it offends you, I think you need to look at yourself and not the people. Like, especially if you're judging her for being underweight, the rudeness that people show and fat phobia that people push towards those who are more heavy or mid-size, it goes the same way with those who are underweight. And I mean underweight because of health issues. Like, shaming people for that, it's like not fair, because that is something that they also struggle with, and it's just
And I feel like if their concern was like offending people when they see like the vegan options, I feel like you simply could just be like, well, my wife's vegan. And you don't have to have it.
And her family's vegan.
Her entire family's vegan. It's made for them.
It's not for you, but if you would like to indulge,
go ahead. Free. Yeah. Like, we want you to enjoy the party.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
that's all that had to be said.
Right.
But like, bro and his family had to double down.
You had 6 options.
6.
Please. I feel like in an instance, there are definitely like standards I would put myself for like this type of stuff, like proposals and wedding and all that.
Oh yeah, like, ooh yeah. Let's use our little break for that. Like, personal thoughts on like preferences for that.
For sure, I feel like definitely the prank one. I don't like pranks in general, so I feel like if my significant other does that a lot, that's a deal breaker for me, because I just think it's like it's nice to see someone like have their little fun and stuff, but like pranks are meant to be like a and B, they're having fun.
Yeah.
But if only A is having fun and B is crying,
yeah,
that's not healthy, and I wouldn't want that.
I agree about the prank thing, because like with pranks, the aim is to bring joy out of both parties. No one is supposed to get hurt. Which is why whenever I see like shows like Punk'd, like remember Sabrina Carpenter's episode?
Yes.
Dude, I felt for her so bad.
Yeah.
I know. Because every time I see stuff like that, like prank shows, and the person is literally like crying or like stressed out, at the end, whenever they do the interviews, like, how are you feeling? Da, da, da. And they're like, oh my gosh, I had so much fun, I would do it again. It's like, girl, what do you mean?
Lying?
You never knew what was happening.
Exactly.
How are you having fun? You're having fun now because you know it was a lie.
Yeah.
I know Sabrina was probably like trying to real hard, like, be happy about what happened, but I know she was like devastated.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it
God.
definitely reminds
I'd be
me,
sad.
I'd be upset. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
But it also reminds me of that YouTuber long ago, Sam and Colby. Right? Sam and Colby?
Is it Sam and Colby did pranks?
Or they were pranked by Sam
they
Pepper.
Were pranked. By who?
Sam Pepper?
Oh.
That really old YouTuber.
I don't know. I know of Sam and Colby. I don't know Sam Pepper.
You don't even... Maybe if I tell you the story, it reminds you. But like... Sam Pepper was a very famous, like, he was also along the lines of like Fousey Tube. Like they did pranks, right?
Oh,
So one of
I know
his
Fousey too.
yeah. Sam had pranked Sam and Kobe, kidnapping them and bringing them in that location and saying like, and kills off one of one of
I
them.
think I heard about that video.
Yeah. And
Fucked
I think it
up,
was
bro.
Sam that was that didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
So that whole thing, he was freaking out and stuff, and then eventually finds out like, oh, it was a whole prank. Dude, that is not a prank.
That is definitely not a prank,
That's
especially
literally
if you're
trauma.
faking. Yes, that's inducing trauma, and also faking someone's death.
Oh yeah.
That is not funny.
No.
That is so not funny. And just the whole kidnapping thing too. Oh my god, I'd be shitting bricks.
Oh yeah.
Like, because you never know how someone's gonna react to that too. Like,
Exactly.
what if like someone hurts themselves in the process too?
Yep.
Like, that's just so painful.
Yep.
Like, to even think about. Like, no.
Pranks are not good. I'm never dating someone who
Never a prankster.
Never a prankster.
Never. Because it was always serious.
It was always serious.
It was always serious. Okay, to reel it back into proposals and marriages.
Right.
My personal preference on that.
Yeah.
Proposals, I honestly think it's an intimate thing.
Yeah.
I would want it to just be me and that person.
For sure.
I know a lot of people like public ones because they're like, oh my god, like big gesture.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I don't know y'all, it don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I love for it to be a memory that only we know, bro.
Right.
Like, even sometimes I think about if I ever got married, I'd want to do an intimate wedding.
Yeah.
Like an elope thing.
Like close, like immediate family only
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, because also just weddings are expensive. So it's like, when I want to, I will later.
Yeah.
But like, you know.
And I think like with the public ones, I feel like the intent should be more of like connection to memories rather than how many eyes are watching you.
So you agreeing with the playing venue?
So I'm gonna my future wedding, I want to be married on a plane because I travel so much. No.
I'm gonna be in the bag. Row 48C. I'm gonna be watching on the feed.
Yo, that's my girl right
That's
there.
my girl. Period.
Would you like a snack? Because there's also like those Disney proposals, but then
those are cute.
they're cute, and it's like the way that I see it, because a lot of people are saying like, oh, that's so cringy or whatever. I feel like if you're big like Disney heads, like you guys love Disney, or like you met at Disney,
Yeah.
and that makes the most sense.
Or you never been to Disney and that's your first time.
Oh, right, that's magical, you know.
But at the same time, for me, I'm like, but you rent out the park, right?
Right.
Because I feel like Disney, maybe that would be the only public thing that I'd like approve of. But even so,
But that's
I'm
like below on the list.
No, yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of low par. But I'm also like, hey, if you gonna be at Disney, rent out the park. Let it just be the two of us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then have the family and friends back waiting for the engagement party.
Exactly.
Like,
You go through the Cinderella's castle and they're there on the teacups.
they're like, wow,
Yeah.
you did it! Wow! If you're an audio listener, you missed what I'm acting like I'm on the teacup.
We're on the teacup spinning.
Woo! Oh my god, I can't believe
Yeah.
you said yes!
I think they feel it with them. But yeah, I agree. Intimate like engagement, it just works. Like I feel like it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Unless you guys are you guys like the attention, then go ahead. But other than that,
Yeah.
I'll
be on the teacups.
be on the teacups. I'm gonna eat that churro. Like,
Yeah.
we're good. Enough dilly-dallying.
Last story.
This is coming from r/off my chest. And I think this is fairly long. It's a little bit long. And this was last year, January 8th, 2024.
Ooh.
So if anything, it's a year anniversary for this.
Oh.
For this post.
Happy anniversary, question mark?
Probably not.
Oh.
Okay. 2 weeks before my wedding, my best friend confessed that the reason why me and my fiance got together and will be married is because of her.
In a good way or a bad way, girl?
We'll see.
She's like, yeah, you know who that is? My ex. But we're friends now, so it's fine.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
That's
no.
my theory.
That's my theory. Okay. Throwaway account because everyone involved knows my main account. I don't know what to do. I've been sleepless for days because of this. I need to get this all off my chest or my heart might explode. My wedding is on the 19th, and my bachelorette party was last Saturday and was organized by my best friend, Lucy. I partied with my bridesmaids, had some shots, and they were so excited for me marrying the love of my life, Erwin. We've been together for 3 years. After the party, everyone was wasted and went home, leaving Lucy and I in the Airbnb. I was not that drunk, at most tipsy, so I helped her clean up because I'll be staying the night with her too. While we're cleaning, she's silent, which is very not her. She was very active during the party, so I thought she was just tired, so I told her I can finish up and she can rest. So she went to the bedroom. While I was finishing the dishes and she returned to the kitchen, she told me that she needs to tell me something. So I stopped what I was doing. Then she said she's sorry. She did not expect that Erwin will ask me for marriage because it was a bet gone wrong.
After? Oh, God. It's hardened. No!
I was confused and asked her to elaborate. But what she basically told me is that when I first introduced them to each other, she and Erwin had a bet that if he can get me to marry him, she will exclusively date him. Apparently, they have been secretly dating since before I met Erwin. Their relationship was toxic, so they have these constant breaks. But on this particular break, she allowed him to date anyone. That's when Erwin and I met. Hold on. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh my
Ooh.
God. Oh my God.
That's
Oh my God. It's giving, I swear we read a story like this last episode, but it's giving open relationship and wasn't consented to an open relationship. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, probably. Oh, fuck. Okay. Hold on. We're almost done.
Ew. Okay.
When I asked her why she's only telling me this now, she said that she felt guilty. She didn't want to hurt me because she didn't want to take full accountability and acknowledge Erwin's part in this. She was trying to convince Erwin to come clean together, but he refused and told her the bet was long gone because he was genuinely in love with me already. When I asked her if she still has feelings for Erwin, she answered yes, and she realized how good of a man Erwin is now. When I asked if Erwin knows how she feels about him, she answered no. But if I allow her, she'll confess her feelings for him. At that point, I just left. I had no energy left, even if I want to slap her at the moment. I feel so played and betrayed and humiliated. The two closest people in my life made me a pawn to their sick games. I don't know what to do. Oh, my light died. I don't know what to do, where to start. I'm so confused. It's been 3 days and I haven't told anyone yet. Not even Erwin, who is in HK. Both our lights died. Not even my parents. Lucy hasn't tried to contact me, and I think she didn't say anything yet to Erwin. The wedding is in 2 weeks. How do I face this?
Leave them both. Ew, I'm so disgusted. Like, this is all types of icky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this would be a good book. I'm so sorry. I empathize with your pain. Or sympathize with your pain. I can't empathize with it. I've never been. I sympathize for you.
Yeah.
But this would be a real good. Walk away, write a book about this, make millions. That's my advice.
Name them Tessa and Hart.
And you're Trevina. Instead of Trevor.
Trevina. Fucking Trevina.
Fucking Trevina. No, that's actually insane. No, cause actually, how would he not know about her feelings towards him when they've still been dating this whole time?
Or not this whole time, but like
Or since then.
yeah.
Like obviously
yeah.
she does, obviously she still would have feelings.
Right.
And number 2, drop kick that bitch. I don't condone violence.
Right.
But hands would be thrown. Hands, if it was me, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to hear another sentence. I don't care. Hands would have been thrown, legs would have been kicked up and down. Like oh my gosh.
And I feel like it, like, even though Erwin was like, I fell in love with her, even though, you know, it came off from a bet, I feel like when he did, he should have at least at that point been like, all right, babe, this is gonna sound bad, but I have to tell you this. Like, at least let her know.
No one fucking confessed, and you're getting married next, in the next week. Like, that would have been the time for everything to get out there. Like, even before proposing, you need to let everything out, and then I don't even think that's a good idea either. Before proposing, the truth should have been at the beginning. What am I saying? None of this should have been gone through. The truth should have been said right then and there.
Right. I feel like he should have mentioned like, oh, I've been dating this girl. Like, literally break down your entire history, because like, A, she deserves to know this, and then B, like, don't waste her time when you're doing all this like secret relationship or like this secret bet that she isn't aware of.
Yeah.
Like involuntary involved her. She needs to know about this, especially because you're already about to you start liking her, and you want to go on more dates. Like, point blank first date, like before you even walked in or whatever. When, I don't know, probably when you asked her out, it should have been like, oh, by the way, this was a bet, but I'm still down to like hang out, you know?
Not in that way, but like in a more genuine way.
In a more genuine way.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. Like,
no,
but
yeah,
it's just
so.
I don't.
Oh my god.
Also, this trope works better in fiction.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Girlie, write that book. Write that book, make that bank, walk away. Like, literally,
I'll come to your book signing.
No, literally. We will personally
we'll
come.
Be there.
I need names, faces, addresses. No, I'm just kidding. But like, damn.
Yeah.
I think it also just disgusts me because this is her friend, right?
Yes.
This is her friend.
Enough to be invited to the bridesmaid.
You're a bitch friend.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, she approached this conversation by going, you know, you guys met because of me, right? You guys are getting married because of me. Like, she said it like it was a good thing. And it's like, it turned from you guys are getting married because I set you up to you guys are getting married because you're dating my boyfriend. You're marrying my boyfriend.
Yeah, right.
Did you know that? You're marrying my boy. I was right. You are marrying my ex, but like we were also dating while you guys were dating. Like, it's just disgusting because it's like, also, if this was your friend, that she was probably going to her and being like, oh my god, I met this guy. Like, he's so nice. He's so good to me. Da, 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 da. Like, basically explaining the same shit that she knows.
Yep.
And also the audacity, the fucking gall to go, yeah, I still have feelings with him, but I'll only confess if you give me permission. Fuck you, bitch.
Right.
Fuck you. Oh my god. You might have to blur that out. But no, literally, fuck you. Oh my gosh, that's so disgusting, so pick me. And also being like, I love him even more now because I know how good of I'm learning about how good of a man he is. Honey, you're realizing that now because he's being a good man to someone else, not to you. Stand the fuck up, stand on business, and go find someone that actually fucking loves you. Like,
right. And like, you are also in this secret relationship, you've been on and off a lot. You didn't find the chance to also date, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just to be on your side for a little bit, you know?
Yes. Someone has to be.
Right. But like,
so fucking sick.
You allowed him.
I'm so sick.
Like, sure, you can take the credit of saying like, oh, I allowed him to go out with other people and he met you, and go ahead and say like, yeah, that was me. But give yourself credit too, because now you're single and alone and have one less friend.
This is not women supporting women. Imagine we read this on International Women's Month.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Not.
We'd be in jail.
You would not be on that list.
No.
You would not be on that. Oh my God. I'm so sick. I'm actually sick.
Yeah.
I'm heated.
There's
No way there's updates.
There's an update.
Oh my God.
But before the update, there's additional info that she added. I think I'm assuming it's coming from like her comments of responding to people.
Okay.
Okay. She says, "Hi, I've been reading comments and a lot of you have been helpful. Thank you for your kind words. When I wrote my original post, I was emotional. Maybe that's why I was omitted some important facts. Also, I am not a native English speaker, so maybe some stuff was lost in translation. Just want to add something here for context. Lucy and I have been friends for 11 years. Since high school.
I'm sick. I'm so sorry. I have to react this way. Oh my God.
Right.
I'm not apologizing. You should be apologizing, Lucy.
Yeah.
Not even begging for fucking forgiveness on your fucking knees. Asking to go confess your love for your girl's man. Beg for fucking forgiveness. Oh my God. 11 years? High school?
Right.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, this is not women support.
No. Sorry. Or, well, not sorry,
I feel
but...
like every last story, I'm just raging.
Hey, I end the stories off with knowing that we're gonna have some conversations. Okay.
You knew this one was gonna get me upset.
Yeah. I immediately got it as soon as I read the title, and I was like, "Oh, ad." Okay.
I'm actually hot right now.
It's okay. It's okay.
Go ahead.
We even attended the same uni, but different courses. During college, we had a bit of a falling out due to our busy schedules, but after graduation, we reconnected. But she isn't as open to me now as she was before. When I ask her about her love life, she'll say that she's not ready for dating, only do casual flings. She once introduced me to her then boyfriend. So yes, I admit I was kind of a crappy friend and did not keep up with her flings. I work corporate and Lucy works remotely, so sometimes she stays for a month or so on an island or a beach, so we rarely see each other. But we always get together when she's in my city. Lucy is not my maid of honor. My sister is my maid of honor, but she's still in uni for exams, so Lucy took over planning the bachelorette party. When I said that I introduced Lucy and Erwin to each other, I meant I introduced Erwin as my boyfriend to Lucy. Sorry if that's confusing. As for Lucy and Erwin's relationship, I don't know the timeline yet. Okay, so that was the additional info.
That's the first thing she should have told her.
Right.
I'm sorry, this is mental gymnastics right now. Like, my brain, my heart, and my stomach are doing flips simultaneously. I wanted to interrupt so badly when you were reading the freaking she never told me much about her love life, just like she was
casual flings
and stuff. It's because she was fucking yours. Like, I can't. Oh my God. Like, what was the motive? What was the motive?
Okay. I will tell you this right now. There's only one update, but it's a really long one.
Okay. I'll shut up. Sorry.
Hey, y'all. A lot of you here DM me for an update, so here. Whoa. I didn't expect this post to blow up. When I wrote my original post, I was emotional. A little history of Erwin and I and how we met. We met at a company event. My company was the host and his was one of our clients. We bonded over the after party and exchanged numbers. Days after he added me on Facebook, I actually saw that he and Lucy were mutual friends. So I asked him if they knew each other. He answered yes, and they met during their internship days, but they weren't close. I asked Lucy too, and she confirmed it too. So I didn't make a big deal out of it. We began casually dating, no labels, just to see where things go. I know that he's been seeing someone else at this time, as I do too. When we admitted to wanting to make things official between us, we broke up with our casual flings, and the rest is history. I appreciate everyone who reached out. Thank you for the kind messages, and it made me realize to think of my situation logically. So I did, and yes, Erwin and I already talked. I picked him up from the airport yesterday and told him about Lucy's confessions. He went pale, but he was calm. He told me to ask everything I wanted to know, and he will answer truthfully. I'll try to summarize everything here. 1. Did he know that I was Lucy's best friend when we met? No. They didn't talk much about their personal lives when they were together, but he knows that Lucy's best friend's name is my name. But when we met, he didn't really put the pieces together. 2. How long were they dating before we met? He did not keep count because they were on and off again, but they were casually seeing each other for around 4 months before we met. And in his mind, they were never official as they didn't label their relationship. He did try to pursue her, but she kept messing with his head, so when she allowed him to date when they were on a break, he thought of it as a way out. 3. Did they really bet on me? Yes, but he did not take it seriously. He also did not initiate it. 4. When did the bet happen? It happened days after I introduced him as friend to Lucy. He admitted that since we were still not exclusively dating, he still sees Lucy. Lucy initiated the bet, and if he does win, she will know that he is mature enough to seriously date. 5. When did their relationship end? A month or so before we made our relationship official. He already broke things off with Lucy because he was starting to fall for me. Lucy took it well and did not even bring up the bet. 6. Why all of a sudden did Lucy bring up the bet? Lucy started bringing it up after we made our engagement official. He admitted to have forgotten about the bet until she reminded her of it. So when Lucy reached out to come clean, he refused because he didn't really think that it was serious. 7. Is he aware of Lucy's feelings? No. He generally thinks that Lucy is happy for us. Right now, I don't know where to go from here. I believe him, but I just don't like the idea that the foundation of our relationship is from a bet. Whether it is serious or not, it's still not good. Can we rebuild trust from here? I don't know, but I'm willing to try. Aside from this issue, Erwin has been a great boyfriend, and I don't want to make harsh decisions about us and regret in the end. What I do know now is that we need to call off the wedding. He told me that he'll understand if I don't want to go on with our wedding anymore, but he asked me to consider our relationship because he loves me and he'll do anything to regain my trust back. I also learned that Lucy actually tried to contact Erwin days after the bachelorette party, but Erwin missed her calls. She's still not reaching out to me, but I don't care anymore. Many of you say that she's sabotaging our relationship, and this is her last-ditch effort to have Erwin by herself. And I think you're right. It just hurts that 11 years of friendship have to end this way. So there. I think this will be my last update. Everything from here on will be Erwin and I's decision. Thank you for everyone for listening.
I think she handled it great. I think some things are just like, so 1, the main purpose of the bet was to see how serious he was about dating and if he matured. So it's like the goal wasn't even for them to actually get married. I think the goal was for Lucy to see, oh, okay, he's serious about relationships. So that means if he's with me, he'll be serious. If that makes sense. Yeah. Then he is serious to be in a real relationship, so we can start dating for real.
Like, for some reason she wanted to block out that biasy, I guess.
Yeah.
Saying, like, if he can do it with another person,
then he
can do it with me.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
I think
weird.
that's where it stemmed from. But I'm like, sis is kind of just weird. Because, like, you sabotaged your own relationship with 2 people. Like, I don't understand how this was the way. And also for Erwin to just take it not seriously. It's like, dude, you don't know how serious the other person is for a bet unless you, like, really see it. Because you got to see it. Like, it can, like, and also for him to be like, well, I forgot about the bet, so why would I tell her? It's like, no, if she's reminding you after how long you've been together with your fiance, it's like,
Yeah.
if anything, that reminder should have been like, oh, I should tell her in case Lucy says anything. So
Yeah.
that way, when Lucy brings it up, she's prepped and ready to go.
Right.
You know, she's not shocked and questioning her relationship with you because you entrusted her. You told her about what happened, and so if anything, she is more inclined to trust you.
Yeah.
Obviously with some distance, but like, you know,
Yeah.
the trust is there. But
And I will add too, like he said that he didn't really treat it seriously either.
yeah.
I don't think that was the right approach.
Oh no.
Like
No.
serious or not, it is the idea of it that's already messed up.
Yes.
And like I think you definitely should have thought more about it, because it, like, regardless, even though like you knew about it, I feel like a mention would have been better.
Yeah. And if that's just the way that because I can't speak for men, but if that's the way that men think, it's like, okay, but you have to consider the woman in your life. Like, what is she going to think about this when she finds out?
Yeah.
You know? Because also, it's just that thought of like, oh, if I don't tell her, is Lucy going to tell her?
Exactly.
Like, he probably didn't think that was going to happen, but it's like, bro, you got to think about this stuff before you just agree. And also, it's just, I guess I can give him a bit tiny flick of slack for not knowing that they were friends beforehand.
Yeah.
But also, it's like when you do find out that they are friends, it's like you should start questioning about that bet right then and there. Like, how did this happen?
For sure. And I think
know?
like when she introduced you guys as like friends or whatever, and you two saw each other,
Pretended like y'all didn't know
and
each other.
pretended, that's not that ain't right. That should have just led up to that little awkward laugh and being like, oh, she was one of my casual flings that I, da 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 da. Like, explain that, so then at least it's like at least you know that history.
Yeah.
Because
Get the dirty laundry out of the way. Like,
exactly.
Like, air it out, because then that allows her to, make that decision. Do I want to continue seeing him?
Right.
Because he's been with my best friend. But, Lucy, though. Oh, my God. She's a piece of work. What the hell?
She's a weird one, for sure.
Oh, my gosh. Ruined 11 years of friendship over a man that is no longer yours? Like, oh, my God. Stand up.
Exactly.
He's not the only one in the world. Damn.
You know what they say. Plenty fish in the sea.
Oh, God. But, like,
Why'd you look in the pond?
oh. It just makes me so sick. I hate this. And this is just coming from someone that, like, I just value friendship so much. It just is so disheartening, and like hearing about stories like this, because it's like you're just creating a world where it's just you standing on it.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think what's worse too is that they had that falling out during uni.
yeah.
So like, if your intent was to, for some reason be malicious towards this person, being like revenge or whatever, you did it, but you reconnected afterwards, and then you continue to build that friendship up. And like, when you have a falling off and then you kind of get that conversation, you talk again, your friendship gets a little stronger. Yeah, it's just fact on like people, relationships, whatever. Like the second chance,
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you gave each other a second chance and you just threw it away, that's even the worst feeling ever. Because she gave you a second chance, you gave her a chance, you let each other in, and then now all of a sudden,
you just shat on it.
You took a poop. Lucy, I hope you went to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you find yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Self-love.
Some deep soul searching, girl.
Deep soul searching. You keep traveling to those islands that you were on for so much.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
Disappointed. How dare you?
God, I can't.
Yeah, that's awful.
Well, good luck
To
to
Erwin.
OP and Erwin. I honestly would need a break.
For
I'm
sure.
surprised they're still together, but like, well, I don't know what happens, but like,
yeah.
I would definitely need a break. I'm happy they called off the wedding, but
Yeah, I think that was
wow.
definitely the right decision. To call it off to kind of like rekindle that relationship again, because that definitely like kind of snipped some years off.
Yeah, because Erwin, honey, if that ain't serious to you, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have a deep talk about critical thinking.
And I feel like younger Lucy, what you did there was silly.
Yeah.
You should
Don't do it again.
Don't ever do that again. You should have just jumped the gun and took the relationship seriously if that's what you were so worried about. Because then it's better to experience it firsthand than secondhand, you know?
You should have advocated for yourself.
Right.
If you wanted to be with the man, you should have just been with the man.
And then
but now it's your ex-bestie's man.
And then if like that relationship
that's what you did.
That's what you did.
And you tried to no take backsies.
Right. And if that relationship didn't even last, well, then you learned. And that's what life is. You just learn. And yeah.
To OP, good on you, girl.
Yeah, truly.
Proud of you. Whatever. If y'all stay together or not, I don't care. Just write the damn book.
Write the book.
Because I will be buying it.
A book talk will be eating that up.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. So that was our last story. What a story to end on.
I know. Damn, I kind of got carried away a little bit.
That's
I'm not
okay.
gonna lie. But
yeah. Marriages and proposals and that kind of commitment.
Yeah.
It's some scary stuff.
I can't wait to get proposed to. What?
I can't wait to plan my wedding.
I know. With who, I might ask. I'm like.
But yeah, the proposals and marriages and a lot of troubled couples.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I will say the stories that I came across when trying to like come up with the list, they all had like trigger warnings and stuff.
That's insane.
And a lot of them involved infidelity. So maybe in the future we'll just do a bunch of cheating stories.
Yeah.
And kind of just see who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and just have fun.
You don't want to be with the person, just break up. Just leave. You don't have to cheat. Like, goddamn.
I feel like that's just like such a red flag on everyone, where you really try to like hold on when you know it's a bit toxic, or when you feel iffy about it. Let them go.
Yeah.
You're still young, you know. There's other chances out there, and that's coming from a single person
And another single person. Who both have the privilege of not experiencing these types of things. Thank goodness.
Thank God. Hey, dear future significant other, don't fuck up.
Nah, don't fuck us up, bro.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Or sorry, don't fuck us up. Don't fuck with us. Yeah.
Love your other. Love your other, and don't keep secrets.
Communicate.
No pranks, please. Communicate. And if you're a vegan, speak your truth.
Enjoy
that Caesar salad. Anyway, love y'all.
Love y'all.
Good
Bye.
night.
That's crazy.
Oh, God.